Have you ever learned something important only to forget most of it a few days later? Maybe you watched an educational video, read a book, attended a training session, or studied for an exam. At the time, everything seemed clear. You understood it, you remembered it, but a few days later, much of that information had disappeared. If this has happened to you, you're not alone. In fact, forgetting is a normal part of how the human brain works. The real question isn't why we forget. The real question is why we remember. More than a century ago, a psychologist named Hermann Ebbinghaus discovered something fascinating. He found that people forget information much faster than they realize. This concept became known as the forgetting curve. According to his research, we can lose a large percentage of newly learned information within the first few days if we don't actively review or use it. In other words, learning something once is rarely enough. Your brain doesn't automatically assume every piece of information is important. Think about how much information you encounter every day. Conversations, emails, videos, news, advertisements, social media posts. Your brain must constantly decide what deserves long-term storage and what can be discarded. One of the main ways the brain makes that decision is through repetition. When information appears repeatedly, your brain begins to recognize it as valuable. Each review strengthens the neural connections associated with that memory. This is why students who cram the night before an exam often struggle to remember the material weeks later. The information may have entered short-term memory, but it never had enough reinforcement to become a lasting memory. Another reason people forget is a lack of application. Knowledge becomes stronger when it is used. Reading about a skill is helpful. Practicing that skill is far more effective. When you actively apply what you've learned, your brain creates additional pathways that make the information easier to access in the future. Teaching others can also improve memory. When you explain an idea in your own words, your brain must organize and retrieve the information. This process strengthens understanding and retention. Sleep also plays a critical role. While you sleep, your brain helps consolidate memories and organize information gathered throughout the day. Poor sleep can significantly reduce your ability to retain what you've learned. Attention is another important factor. If you're distracted while learning, your brain may never fully process the information in the first place. Many people believe they have memory problems when the real issue is attention. You can't remember what was never properly stored. The good news is that forgetting isn't a sign of failure. It's part of a natural system designed to help the brain manage enormous amounts of information. The key is learning how to work with that system. Review important information regularly. Apply what you learn. Teach others. Get quality sleep. Reduce distractions. These simple habits can dramatically improve long-term retention. Remember, knowledge is valuable, but knowledge that stays with you is even more valuable. The people who learn the fastest are often not the people with the best memories. They're the people who understand how memory works and use strategies that help information last. In our next lesson, we'll explore practical and science-backed ways to improve memory naturally and help your brain retain more of what matters. Thank you for watching. If you're ready to continue improving your mental performance, you'll find more free lessons, practical guides, and valuable resources at apexshifthub.com. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next lesson.